Bellator 265 Congo versus Kharitonov. 9 fights on the entire fight card. Check Congo and Sergey Kharitonov, Adam Budde and JJ Wilson, Logan Storley and Dante Shiro, Diona, Bennett and Alejandra Lara, Bailey Schofinder and Kevin Charles, Taylor Johnson and Fabio Aguiar, Mike Hamill and Bryce Logan, Devin Fisher and Archie Colligan, and then Kelvin Tiller and Marcelo Gom. Lots of really good fights. Cannot wait for the main event. Cannot wait for the co-main event. And I cannot wait for Logan Storley coming back after losing one fight to Yaroslav Amosa. But we got a really good fight card ahead of us. If you are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Turn on those post notifications so you guys do not get get notified when I post a new video. Also, we are trying to get this video to 50 likes. So if we can do that, I would be really happy. So let's get this video to 50 likes and I'll do something absolutely crazy. So 50 likes, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications. But overall, really good fight card. Let's get into the first fight on the prelims right here. This fight is going to be in the heavyweight division. Kelvin Tiller and Marcelo Gom in the heavyweight division. The tabloid predictions are going to go in Gom's favor, 76% to 24% right there. Really close fight in my opinion, because Kelvin Tiller has really good pressure. Goes out there and he moves forward and he just throws combinations, tries to get your back to the cage, and he just starts to throw. He also has some pretty good submission skills on the ground. He has a really good Kimura and a really good guillotine choke submission. But for this fight, his main way of winning would be to pressure Marcelo Gom to the back of the cage and land a big right hand and get the knockout. They're similar age, 31 and 28, pretty much 29 years old. But there is going to be a slight reach advantage for Kelvin Tiller, then a slight height advantage for Marcelo Gom. Really, it's probably not going to play that big of a factor. But Marcelo Gom, if he's going to want to win this fight, he needs to go out there, use his wrestling and use his grappling and get the fight down. 6 ground and pound TKO wins and 2 submission wins. But I do think Kelvin Tiller's takedown defense isn't really the best, but he does have the guillotine and the Kimura submission that he could use to either get the submission or use them to get back up on the feet. And Marcelo Gom, he does have pretty good takedowns. I mean, he's decent of a wrestler, a decent grappler, but for this fight with Kelvin Tiller, I do think Kelvin Tiller will be able to defend most of the takedowns on Marcelo Gom, keep the fight on the feet, and with the pressure and volume of Kelvin Tiller, eventually I do see him landing another right hand, getting the fight to the clinch, and getting a right hook, and knocking out Marcelo Gom in the first or second round. Yeah, it's a really good fight in the heavyweight division. My prediction is Kelvin Tiller winning the fight by knockout in the first or second round right there. Archie Colligan and Devin Fisher in the welterweight division. What do you want me to say? I mean, come on. Archie Colligan is going to win the fight. He's 2-0 as a professional MMA fighter. As an amateur, he's a little bit better. 3 wins and 0 losses. All ground and pound TKO wins in the very first round. As a pro, a 3rd round ground and pound TKO and a 1st round arm triangle choke submission. Devin Fisher has been finished a lot in his professional and amateur career, going 4-10. Actually, sorry, 5-9 in his amateur career, and then 4-8 as a professional MMA fighter. Not too good right there, but he does have a really solid submission game. All of the submission wins coming by guillotine in the very first round. That is pretty much all he has. Other than that guillotine, that's really all he has. On the feet, he's going to be a lot taller, a lot lengthier, but it doesn't really matter. Archie Colligan's wrestling and grappling game is going to be much better. He's going to get the fight down on Devin Fisher. He's going to dominate on top with ground and pound. And he's either going to finish the fight with a ground and pound TKO or get another arm, a triangle, or rear and naked choke submission. Easy prediction right there. Archie Colligan is going to dominate the fight on the ground. My prediction is going to be inside the distance with a ground and pound TKO or a submission win in the first or second round. Easy prediction in the welterweight division. Mike Hamill and Bryce Logan in the lightweight division. 50-50 fight. 29 years old and 31 and a half years old. A little height advantage and a little reach advantage right there. Bryce Logan usually likes to fight on the back foot, move around the cage, stay on the outside, leg kick, body kick, 1-2, all that type of stuff. That's going to be what he needs to do. He needs to stay on the outside and kick and punch from afar. Because if Mike Hamill can do what he loves to do, which is go out there, throw a big left hook, right hook, overhand right, just throw some big whooping punches and kind of get your back to the cage, that's where he really likes that fight to be. in the clinch and on the ground. His wrestling and his grappling game is going to be a little bit better than Bryce Logan. Bryce needs the fight to stay on the feet and at range where he does have the advantage. That is why this is a very, very close fight in the lightweight division, because Bryce is the better striker, the more lengthy striker, the taller striker, and is better at range. But Mike Hamill could definitely go out there, just throw a big left hook, right hook, overhand, and get the fight to the clinch, and uses much better wrestling and grappling to win the fight by a decision. And after watching the last fight with Bryce Logan and Georgi Karakhanyan, he was taken down quite a lot of time with these same sort of takedowns that Mike Hamill does like to use. It's a tough one. It is definitely a 50-50 one. 81% are going to Logan. I'm going to go Mike Hamill right there. A lot of people are going to go Logan winning that fight by decision. He has better striking, he's taller, he's lengthier, but I do think Mike Hamill is going to pressure Bryce Logan to the back of the cage and use his wrestling and grappling to grind out a close 29-28 decision right there. So my first underdog on the fight card right there, Mike Hamill winning the fight by a 29-28 decision. Really, really close fight in the lightweight division. Fabio Aguiar and Taylor Johnson in the middleweight division. Fabio Aguiar just came off a pretty dominant loss to Khalid Murtalaziev, 14 wins and 2 losses. But right now he is 17-2, 33 and a half years old. He's going to be a little bit smaller in terms of reach, but a little bit taller in terms of height right there. Taylor Johnson is an absolute beast of a wrestler and grappler. 7 wins and 2 losses, only losing to Andre Muniz, who is just an absolute beast of a wrestler and grappler, 3-0 in the UFC. And then his other loss was to Johnny Eblen, another really good wrestler and grappler. But Fabio Aguiar in the last fight with Khalid Murtalaziev, he did not look too good in the wrestling and grappling game. He got taken out a lot in that fight. And if he's getting taken down that much in that fight, Taylor Johnson should definitely be able to close that distance, get the fight to the clinch, and use that wrestling and use that grappling. I do think there's a significant disadvantage in the wrestling and grappling game for Fabio Aguiar. So I do think Taylor Johnson will go out there, use that wrestling and use that grappling, and dominate the fight on the ground. I don't know if he'll get the finish, but if he does, I do think it's going to be a rear naked or arm triangle choke submission. So right there, Taylor Johnson by a submission win in the first or second round. Really good fight in the middleweight division. Bailey Schofender and Kevin Childs in the heavyweight division. This is the easiest prediction on the fight card by far. Bailey Schofender, he's going to be taller, he's going to be lengthier, he's going to be a lot younger than Kevin Childs as well. A former football player in college and in high school. He does have some pretty solid wrestling, and he's got a nasty 1-2 combination. His only win was a 1-2 right down the pipe on James Munoz inside of the LFA around 2.5 months ago. But he's going to be taller, he's going to be lengthier, he's going to be more powerful, he's going to be faster. Everything to do with the striking, Bailey Schofender is going to be the better fighter. And after watching Kevin Childs' only loss as a pro MMA fighter to Ryan Delph, he lost the fight by first round at ground upon TKO to a guy that is 2-4. That is pretty bad, but his wrestling sucks, his striking sucks. I mean, I don't know why he's in Bellator, but Bailey Schofender, they're just giving him, they're kind of just feeding him an easy winner right here in Kevin Childs. So it's an easy prediction. Bailey Schofender going out there, letting another 1-2 right hand or right down the pipe, knocking out Kevin Childs in the very, very first round right there. Really, really good fight in the heavyweight division. Alejandra Lara and Diona Bennett in the flyweight division. This fight is going to be a very, very close fight because Diona Bennett has a lot of experience. 10 wins, 7 losses, and 1 draw. Beat Juliana Pena right here. Beat Jennifer Maia right there. Fought Lavina Souza, Roxanne Modafferi, Jodie Escobar, Sajora Eubanks, Karina Rodriguez, Miranda Maverick, Diana Turquato, Liz Carmouche. I mean, she's fought a lot of really good fighters in her career. She has 3 knockouts, 3 submission wins, and 7 decision wins, 4 decision losses, 2 submission losses, and 2 knockout losses right there. But if she's gonna want to win the fight with Alejandra Lara, she needs to wrestle, she needs to grapple, and she needs to grind out a decision right there. She is gonna be 36.5 years old, a lot older than Alejandra Lara, as well as a lot less tall and a lot less lengthy as Alejandra Lara. So Lara is gonna have the reach advantage, she's gonna have the height advantage, she's gonna have the age advantage. On the feet, she's gonna have the speed advantage, the power advantage. everything to do with the striking, Alejandra Lara will have the advantage, but she has been taken down quite a lot in her last couple of fights with Juliana Velasquez, Alimale McFarlane, Kana Watanabe, all of those fights, but she has been able to kind of get the fight back up on the feet. I mean, that is her biggest weakness, is the grappling and wrestling, but I do think for the most part, she will be able to keep the fight on the feet. Her striking is a lot better than Diona Bennett. My prediction right here is going to be Alejandra Lara by a 29-28 decision. I think she does keep the fight on the feet for 2 out of the 3 rounds. And if she does do that, she has a really good jab, really good 1-2. The leg kicks are really good. The body kicks, the spinning elbows, the spinning back fists. I mean, all the striking aspects of Alejandra Lara are much better than Diona Bennett. But I do think one of the rounds, Diona Bennett will get the fight to the ground and maybe use the wrestling and grappling, but overall, I do have Alejandra Lara winning that fight right there by a 29-28 decision. Really good fight in the women's flyweight division right there. Logan Storley and Dante Shiro in the welterweight division. Probably the easiest prediction on the fight card besides the other heavyweight fight on here, but Logan Storley, an absolute beast of a wrestler and grappler. Ground upon TKO, ground upon TKO, ground upon TKO. We can go all the way down the list, but every single one of this man's wins are a dominant decision win or a ground upon TKO. Only loss to Yaroslav Amosov by a split decision. Absolutely insane. That is your only loss to Yaroslav Amosov. That is crazy, but he has really good wrestling, really good grappling, and his opponent, Dante Shiro, doesn't really have the best wrestling and grappling. He needs his fight to stay on the feet. He's going to be a lot taller, 3 inches taller. Not too sure his reach, but from the film that I did see of Dante Shiro, he's going to be a lot lengthier than Logan Storley, but overall, he needs the fight to stay on the feet. His last fight with Kenny Robertson, he was taken down fairly easily by Kenny Robertson, a very old veteran fighter in the welterweight and middleweight division. And if he's getting taken down by Kenny Robertson, I mean, come on, Logan Storley will be able to do the exact same thing. So come on, guys, parlay piece of Logan Storley right here. Easy prediction. Logan Storley wrestling, grappling, and ground pounding for the ground pound TKO win in the first or second round. Easy prediction for Logan Storley right there. Really good fight in the welterweight division. JJ Wilson and Adam Borix in the co-main event, and a featherweight fight for Bellator 265, Congo versus Kharitonov. JJ Wilson, more of a grappler and wrestler type of guy. Not really a wrestler, but more of a grappler. At the beginning of his career, let's see right here, rear naked in the first, first shot knockout win, a rear naked again, and then an arm bar submission win. But recently, he's shown he also has a really good overhand right, a really good spinning back fist right to the face on Pedro Carvalho. Absolutely insane. He is going to have a 3.5-inch reach advantage as well. But this fight really comes down to, will JJ Wilson get the fight to the ground? If he doesn't, I don't think he's going to win. Adam Borix is a much better striker. He is a lot more volume than JJ Wilson. He hits a lot harder than JJ Wilson, has the flying knees, has the overhand right from Adam Borix. I mean, the combinations and the power and the speed of Adam Borix is absolutely amazing. That jab that he showed in the last fight with Jeremy Kennedy, it was absolutely amazing. A really fast jab, really good combinations from Adam Borix. I think on the front foot, if he's going to be pressuring JJ Wilson, he's going to be throwing a lot of combinations, looking for the leg kick as well, chopping that lead leg of JJ Wilson. If he's on the back foot, he's going to look to land the jab, the 1-2, and look to land to the leg again. And I mean, the leg kick of Adam Borix is going to play a lot of dividends in the fight, and then the speed of Adam Borix and the combinations. So on the feet, I definitely have Adam Borix winning the fight, but JJ does have the grappling. He can definitely get the fight down, but I do think for the most part, Adam Borix will be able to defend most of these takedowns. I'm going to give one round of JJ Wilson with the wrestling and grappling. But overall, I do think Adam Borix will defend most of the takedowns, keep the fight on the feet, use his combinations, use his speed, and overall win the fight by a 29-28 decision win right there. Adam Borix going on to win 18 wins and 1 loss, only losing to Darian Caldwell. But I do think he will win this fight on JJ Wilson with the striking game. Should be a really close fight. I don't know if JJ Wilson will be able to get the takedown and control the fight on the ground. That is why I am going Adam Borix to win the fight by a 29-28 decision right there. Really good fight in the featherweight division. Cheick Kongo and Sergey Kharitonov in the heavyweight division. KO or TKO. That is all I really have to say with Cheick Kongo and Sergey Kharitonov. Cheick Kongo coming off his loss. He didn't lose too much before that. Before that, he beat Alexander Volkov, Tony Johnson Jr., Oil Thompson, Augusto Sakai, JV Ayala, Tim Johnson, Vitaly Minakov right there. No contest on Ryan Bader, and then losing a super close fight on Tim Johnson. So he's been doing really, really good lately, except for that really close loss right there. But he's going to be a lot lengthier than Sergey Kharitonov by 7 inches right there, and he does have a lot of power in his hands. So let's go way down here. 14 knockout wins, 4 submission wins, and 12 decision wins right there. Sergey Kharitonov, 32 wins and 8 losses. We go way down here. I mean, come on, 21 knockout wins and 9 submission wins, and 2 fights going all the way. Absolutely insane. But this fight really comes down to who's going to land first. We're not going to see any wrestling. We're not going to see any grappling. This fight is really going to be a striking and clinch-based type of fight. Cheick Kongo is going to be on the back foot, in my opinion, looking to land that really good right hook or that overhand right. Sergey is going to be looking to pressure the heck out of Cheick Kongo to the clinch, and once he's in the clinch, he's going to look to land those knees and the uppercuts and his right hooks, everything like that. But it's a super close fight. Whichever guy lands first is going to win the fight. But I do think Sergey Kharitonov is going to go out there, use that pressure, throw some really big shots to get the fight to the clinch. Once the fight is in the clinch, Sergey does have the advantage, in my opinion, with the uppercuts and with those knees right down the middle. I mean, we saw it in one of his last couple of fights with Matt Mitrione. That uppercut to hammer fist, I mean, absolutely amazing. The knockout win on Roy Nelson in the clinch was really, really good. So I do think he gets a fight to the clinch, either lands a big uppercut, lands a big knee, or a big right hook in the clinch. I do think Cheick Kongo needs to play more of a counter-punching game and land a big right hook as Sergey is coming in. That'd be the main way I do see Cheick Kongo winning. But I do have Sergey Kharitonov closing that distance, landing the uppercut, and getting the knockout win in the first or second round. Really close fight in the heavyweight division. One punch, the fight is going to be over, but it's a really, really close fight in the heavyweight division, the main event for Bellator 265. But I do have Sergey Kharitonov winning the fight by a first or second round knockout in the heavyweight division. But yeah, guys, that is my full card prediction for Bellator 265, Kongo versus Kharitonov. I have Sergey Kharitonov winning his fight, Adam Boric winning his fight, Logan Storley winning his fight, Alejandra Lara winning her fight, Bailey Shelvender winning his fight, Taylor Johnson winning his fight, Mike Hamill winning his fight, Archie Colligan winning his fight, and Kelvin Tiller winning his fight right there. Overall, really solid fight card for Bellator 265. Put your predictions in the comment section below. If you are new to the channel, subscribe, like the video, and turn on those post notifications so you guys get notified for when I post a new video. But thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Let's go.